Back once again for the renegade master. 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 Back once again for the renegade master.
Hello my renegades, and we are back. And what are we back into? Love Island USA series 5, and we are now on episode 9. Now always, before I get into it, I'm going to ask you to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button so you know when I am back on and doing videos. And again, I'm on the road to 1K, so come on people, help me out. So as we get on to it, we know they've done the Mr. and Mrs. challenge, and now they're on to basically just milling about and just chatting to each other at the end of the day. So all the couples have gone off into their little couples at the end of the day. Cassie's thinking it's her and Bergie that may be going, but we don't know until we get there. I was kind of hoping it would be Cassie going, to be fair, because I've had my fill of that girl. But then I'm kind of thinking I'm also having my fill of Carmen, to be fair, as well. Hannah and Marco and Leo and Anna go off to eat as couples together, and they're just chatting and basically saying, Marco was saying that he was always going to go and pick Leo at the end of the day, because he wasn't going to turn their back on them at all, because at the end of the day they're a new couple, they're getting to know each other, and they seem to be getting on okay. That's how I can say with Anna and Leo, they seem to be getting on okay. But Leo is a flighty person. He's a bloody flighty person. But as I said, we'll see as time goes on what happens there. You see Destiny and Harrison having their little confab. And I thought it was kind of weird that they didn't pick Harrison and Destiny. But then saying that, it is Marco and Hannah picking who gets to be, you know, not in the public vote in that sense. So there's no way Marco would have picked freaking Destiny and Harrison at the end of the day. Even though he likes Harrison, I don't think he would have picked Harrison, because then that would essentially save Destiny, and there's no love lost between them two. But my thing is when they were talking and we're talking about a new couple and they're just getting to know each other and yada yada yada, my first thought was Harrison and Destiny at the end of the day, because Anna and Leo, to be fair, have been there from the get-go. And yes, I understand Anna was paired with Bergie first and Leo was with Cassie. But part way through that, Leo and Anna have been getting on and building their relationship that way. It's only recently that they've come into the couple, because they could recouple at the end of the day, because Cassie decided to walk away from Leo. So left the space open for Anna, and Leo took his chance. So to me, they're not particularly new. They're not particularly new at the end of the day. And then you see Bergie and Carmen have another talk. And I think for Bergie, it was more about, it weren't throwing people under the bus for Bergie. That's how I see it. Yes, I like Bergie. I do like Bergie, but I can always call out his bullshit. I can call out bullshit of people that I like at the end of the day. And yes, maybe, just maybe, again, he should have thought before he spoke, but he did not, because in his mind, it was without malice, and he was probably thinking, well, Victor said it again and was very assured in what he said, so he wouldn't have been privy to the conversation that Carmen and Victor had prior to Victor coming into the bedroom and reading him the riot act at the end of the day. So Bergie did mention, basically ask Carmen what her thoughts were. Was it just a friendship thing? Because it did come up again in conversation, and Bergie did explain to her how it came up again in conversation, and that actually Victor was the one that said it again. So he wanted to know exactly where they stood. And basically Bergie is telling Carmen that he doesn't really want any drama. He just wanted to know what she thought and if she did say that. So Carmen then decides in her infinite wisdom, oh, we'll go and pull him for a chat. And Bergie did say to her, please don't, like, please don't. And I'm saying Carmen should have listened to what Bergie was saying, because at the end of the day, Bergie was saying please don't because of the fact that he's already had a run-in with this man, and he knew what was going to happen from the consequences of them having that chat and it being pulled up again, that Bergie had let loose what was being said with the lads at the end of the day. So Carmen's like, no, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. Doesn't heed what Bergie's saying. So Bergie, as they walk in, turns around to her and says, stops her gives her a compliment and saying, "You are the strongest woman that I know." And she went, "Oh, thank you." So thinking nothing of it. So then they managed to get Victor and come out. So Victor then, so Carmen then lays into Victor, and basically, and poor Bergie was sitting there going redder and redder and redder because he knew what was going to happen. Because then Victor started to literally have a go at Bergie, and I was like, nah, this is where you're wrong. Yes, I understood Bergie should have thought before he spoke in terms of putting that out in the atmosphere. Bearing in mind, he already knows that Carmen is the type of person that will go and speak to that person. But at the end of the day, he did tell Carmen, please don't go and get him, because he knew what was going to happen and it was going to put him in an uncomfortable position. But of course, Carmen don't listen. Carmen only listens to herself and what she wants to do. So that breaks off, basically. Didn't end well. Carmen goes to Victor and basically tells Victor, don't talk to me like that. You are not going to shout at me in the way that you shout at me. I won't have it. And then walks off. So as Victor goes into the room now, and then Bergie follows quickly behind, basically, Victor's spewing off at the mouth. And Keenan is the one that turns around and says, hold up, hold on, we are not getting at each other like this. Let Bergie say his piece, and basically gives Bergie the floor. So Bergie tries to talk, and of course, Victor literally has to jump over Bergie's voice. Has to jump over Bergie's voice and call him a rotted puppy dog for following behind her and telling her, and basically saying to Bergie that, I don't want to see you, I don't want to speak to you, I don't want you around me because I don't trust you. At the end of the day, I think Victor went a bit too far on that. And then of course Marco had to jump on the back of Victor and literally say his piece and call Bergie names, which wasn't fair. It wasn't fair. Yes, Bergie may have done wrong in going ahead and telling Carmen exactly what he said, but in Bergie's defense, he actually wanted to know the truth in terms of what Carmen was saying in regards to this friendship comment, because Victor brought it up not once but twice. So why can't Bergie go and find out what the hell, do you know what I mean? Yes, he may have said, oh, this is where it's come from, but why can't he find out? At the end of the day, he wants to put his all into Carmen, and he wants to know that she's going to choose him and not just see him as a place fitting or just as a friend. So why couldn't he have said what he needed to say at the end of the day? And this is where I said, in terms of the bullying tactic that starts to come in, and I think it's absolutely disgusting in the way that Victor reacted to all of that, because maybe he should have gone off, cool and calmed himself down, then had that conversation with Bergie. Yes, she may be pissed at Bergie because he went and said something that you've already talked about and said that you didn't want to talk about it anymore, and why is it being brought up? Because it's being brought up, my dude, is because you bloody said it again. Carmen allayed the concerns of Bergie, and then when we went back in the room, you said it to Bergie's face again. So why then is Bergie in the wrong for finding out the truth? Why is he in the wrong? And then you're sitting there like you're the fucking victim in all of it because you're getting lambasted from one side by Carmen. Well, maybe Victor as well. You should just shut your mouth. That's all I'm saying on that. You can let me know what you think, but maybe Victor should have just shut his mouth too. So then you got KK speaking about the situation, and basically KK and Hannah was like, nobody's going for Bergie at the end of the day because he's the nicest person. And I would be the same. If I was in that villa, my first thought would be, I am protecting Bergie, because at the end of the day, you ain't going to come at Bergie like that. You're not going to come at Bergie like that because of a bruised ego, and that's what KK says. KK said his ego is bruised, and the only person that he can lash out at right now is Bergie, because Bergie is one of those people where he doesn't do well with confrontation. Carmen does well in confrontational situations. Bergie does not. And this is why Victor will go at Bergie, because Bergie is one of those non-assuming people that doesn't really stand up for himself. And the people that kind of like have the bullying tendencies always tend to find people that they can run roughshod over. So then we all get to the daytime, and bloody hell, it starts. As soon as you open your motherfucking eyes, they start. Well, more so Victor starts. So then Victor gets up and starts talking in riddles basically about someone needs to clear my name because they've done X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, Victor, why don't you shut your mouth? Like, for real, why don't you shut your mouth? Because now this whole shit is impacting the villa. Impacting the villa when it didn't even start off as Bergie's fault at the end of the day. It didn't start off as Bergie's fault at the end of the day. So at the end of the day, Victor needs to just I will say it one more time. Victor needs to what? He needs to that's what he needs to do. Now, as then as all of that is going on the sidelines, who do we see but Snaky Cassie? Snaky Cassie strikes again. Now she's thinking Leo has got the hots for her. Now she's reading into his looks and his touches and this, that and the other. Because at the breakfast, Cassie did say something and Leo gave her a sideways hug. Anna was hawking that. Like, if you watched it, you'd have saw Anna's look. Anna was just like straight away looking as if to say, So now Cassie is thinking that Leo is sending her messages, and Cassie wants to send those messages back because now Cassie is thinking that she made the wrong choice by getting rid of Leo, and now Cassie wants to be all up in Leo again. She only wants to be up in Leo again is because she's got nobody. Bergie no want her, Keenan no want her, and the only person that probably will take her back is Leo. But she would have to stand on the toes of Anna. Now, my thing is Anna has always been, as she's been through the episodes, an open person. So if you go to her and have that conversation and say, look, this is what I'm thinking, this is what I'm feeling about the person that you're with, what are your thoughts on that? She'll be open and she'll be happy for Cassie and say, you know what, go for it, do what you need to do. Because at the end of the day, she's thinking of his, yes, I'm with him, but we're just getting to know each other. We're not closed off to each other like that. We're just getting to know each other, and it's all about respect. But this is the dealio with Cassie. She don't have no respect for nobody. She don't have no respect for nobody. When I say you people, some gals in there are not your friend, Cassie's one of those people. When the gals in there are not your friend, Cassie is one of those people. And she will keep saying, oh, I need to stop doing X, Y, and Z, but then don't. She goes and does it. Now, she did it with Keenan, didn't have that conversation previously with KK at the end of the day. Now she's going to do it between Leo and Anna. And my thing is you have an interest, yeah, in this man who's coupled up with someone. Your first thought would have been, let me go chat to the girl first to let her know, look, I've got an interest in you, dude. Do you mind if I pull in for a chat? Yada, yada, yada. It's all about respect. Cassie not have no respect. She not have that respect at all. She not care. She does not care about anybody's feelings and about stepping on people's feelings. And her behaviours show that time and time and time again. So we get to the night time and more drama ensues. And the person creating the drama is Cassie, as per motherfucking usual. So she decides that she's going to pull Leo for a chat. So they go up to that balcony bit and they're there chatting away, not realising that Hannah and Anna are below them. And Anna and Hannah can hear every bleeding word that they're saying. Especially when Leo is talking about Anna and saying he's not there yet in terms of like the way he is with Cassie in the looks and just wanting to kiss her face off and all this, that and the other. Now, all I would say is that the person you're coupled off with listening to that must have felt like shit, like absolute shit. And they're talking oblivious, oblivious that these people can hear what the fuck they're saying. So you got Anna and Hannah's gone over to the girls. And I think Marco's there and Keenan, and she's basically told them that she can hear their whole conversation and the fact that he has brought Anna up. But the way in which Anna explained it made it seem as though he was saying really shitty things about Anna, but Leo wasn't really saying shitty things about Anna. He was doing comparisons, which is even worse than saying something shit about a person. In my books, in my estimations, comparing you to another girl is even worse at the end of the day. So then you had, I think it was, I know it was Marco. I can't remember who the other boy was. I think it might have been Keenan that went up, that ran over, then went up on the stairs, was literally trying to pull Keenan away from Cassie, and then moved. What did Leo move? No, he didn't move at all. My man was still there chatting, wanting to kiss the face of Cassie, and Cassie wanting to kiss him. And I'm like, yeah, nah, yous are fucked up for that one. Wait until yous get back down into the Malay to find out what you're going to get handed to you, because I swear down, I would have handed your ass to you. I would have handed your ass to you to doing that shit to me. Doing that shit to me. Neither one of you could come and have a chat with me and tell me what's going on. So I wouldn't be surprised when you go off and have a chat. But then it's the fact that I have to sit there and listen to you saying you want to get your groove on with this girl while you're coupled off with me. Oh, Leo and Cassie are just, yeah, that's Leo and Cassie. No. And that's why I said, he's not a man to be trusted. She's not a girl to be trusted. And neither one of them are your friend. Neither one of them are your friend at the end of the day. And Cassie has all the audacity, to do what she did. She did not learn from the experience that she just had with Keenan and KK and the fuck shit she did with that relationship. But she had all the audacity to do it again. All of it. So you see when Leo and Cassie come down the stairs, the lads grab Leo quick, smart, like over to the other side. Cassie walks over, all innocent, you know. This is how I'm going to say it. All innocent. Sits down on the bench like nothing a go on, you know. Sits down on the bench because she weren't going to say shit. She was not going to say shit. As soon as she sat down, Hannah and Anna looked at her, giving her the devil's eye, got up and walked off, and she was like, I don't know what's going on. You see KK staring her down as if to say, yeah, you're full of bullshit, mate. You're up to your old tricks again, ain't you? You're full of bullshit. Staring her down. And I think it was Carmen, either Carmen or KK, but both of them were talking to her, that basically told Cassie what's up, that, you know, you like went up there and Anna heard every word you said. And she was like, oh, shit. And I'm like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Yeah, no shit. And the fact that you came down there like Butterwood and motherfucking mouth and sat down next to them like you weren't getting up to no good with Anna's man. I was like, yeah, this girl is something different. This girl is something different. And then you got Hannah and Anna walking off, and Hannah basically saying that she actually come down and sat down next to us like butter with him out, like nothing would have gone. And I said, and I thought she did. She really did, because she didn't expect no one to know what they were talking about. Not realizing you two got big mouths, and Anna and Hannah was sitting right there and heard every rotted word you said. And I was like, it serves you right. Like, it really serves you right. Serves you right, because this will teach you again, Cassie, to talk to people first before you go do the shit that you do behind people's back, because you did the same thing between KK and Keenan. So Karma was like, yeah, you did it the first time, but no, now I'm gonna smack your ass into touch. And it did. It so did. And then when she decided that she was gonna go and have a chat with Anna, the text came in basically. So she was kind of saved by the bell. So the text came in, and the text was for all of them to go to the fire pit, because the outside had been voting. US had been voting basically in terms of the couples that they were going to save. So the couples up for the votes was Cassie and Bergie, Destiny and Harrison, Carmen and Victor, and Keenan and KK. So the first couple saved was Keenan and KK. Second couple saved with Destiny and Harrison. And then the final couple saved with Cassie and Bergie. But then the twist of it was basically Victor and Carmen were at risk of leaving the villa as the couple. But their fellow islanders then had to pick out of Victor and Carmen who it was that were going to get to stay. Now, it took them ages, who they were going to get to stay, basically. And I ain't gonna let the cat out of the bag. Well, you probably already know, but I ain't gonna let the cat out of the bag on this one, because it is in the next episode. Because basically they were all debating first saying who they're gonna choose and this, that, and the other. I was kind of shocked that Destiny picked Victor. At the end of the day, I was kind of shocked that Destiny picked Victor, but I was kind of hoping that someone would pick Carmen for Carmen to stay in for Bergie, because Bergie basically said that he would risk it all for Carmen. Now, my thing is that is a big thing for a person to say. So he's betting on everything that Carmen is being true in when she says that she wants to get to know him, like, romantically, and he's picking him romantically. So he bet it all on her at the end of the day. So this episode ended on like a cliffhanger, basically. It ended on like a cliffhanger. So it will be the next episode where I then talk about their decision making and then what happened next. So as again, my renegades and everybody else and those in between, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button for when you know I'm back on and doing videos. And I'll see you all again soon. Peace out.